for that. Thank you for your high energy, and I've got a few notes here for you. I think they do it every year, every other year. I read it right before session. The state auditor comes out with a report
Yes, sir.
about law enforcement compensation. I think it discusses our troopers.
Yes, sir.
You know, we love our troopers, especially in, you know, my district, mostly rural. If it's not the sheriff's deputies, you know, we do have some rural local departments, but if it's not our sheriffs, it's our troopers and our game wardens that are covering our backs out there. And you go to church, you know, the women's quilting club, they like to see their black and whites out on the road.
Yes, sir.
So they appreciate them.
Thank you.
What is your take on the audit report about DPS salaries and where we need to have them, and your check off or support, or you talk to a lot of agencies across the country. Could you give us your perspective on that audit report as it relates to our troopers?
Well, the most important thing I mentioned earlier is the quality of our troopers.
Yes.
Men and women. At the end of the day, there's no substitute.
Right.
And I'd rather have a vacancy, okay, and I've taken some heat for that. We'd rather have vacancies than someone is not worthy of the responsibilities that they've been entrusted with, the power to search, detain, arrest, use deadly force. It takes a very, you want the right people, and the only way you do that is recruit, train, and hire the right people, and you're far better off. And at times when we only had as little as 40 people apply to recruit school, you can't staff an agency that loses 150 troopers a year through normal attrition. You cannot keep, and therefore you compromise public safety. So everything we can do, okay, and I defer to the state auditor. They got the numbers. I think they're honest arbitrators. They certainly don't mind throwing a little tough love towards our way if we don't follow the rules, okay? So we agree that we'll always support, additional pay for officers with the Department of Public Safety. You won't see it in our exceptional items. Okay, we even feel almost guilty asking for things. We feel compelled to ask you for things that we've had because we've got to address mass attacks on public places. We have to address, Capitol security, and there's some things that are fundamental and maintain public order. These things we have to have. So there's things that we put on that list, but it will always, and we defer to the legislature. They do a very good job of recognizing how important our men and women are, and Schedule C increases as recommended by the state auditor. Of course, the department will always support anything you can do to help us be more competitive, not just in terms of within Texas, okay? We need to be competitive nationally, and we need to be able to do, as an agency, of a diverse state, we need the same level of diversity, throughout the state. And but I'm not being ungrateful. I mean, the state legislature, unlike other legislatures across the state, there's a reason why I've got Mississippi State troopers working for us, okay? Virginia State troopers. Now, I've got a warrant for my arrest in Virginia, okay?
Okay.
And we've got a few of those guys over here, but at the end of the day, that's the talent that we need and Texas deserve, and anything you can do to help our men and women, God bless you.
Well, we're hoping members of the Appropriations Committee and members of the legislature in general are listening and understanding our recognition of that audit report, and I want to thank you for that, because again, our men and women out there, especially in my district, they're held in high esteem. I mean, folks are buying their lunch, their dinner in the restaurants. They love their black and whites. I want to go to the border, but before I